A lot has been going on all over social media. Apostle Johnson Suleiman of Omega Fire International Ministry is back on the news right now. There are so many allegations against him. Pastor Mark Davids, a former pastor of his church, claimed that he has taken over his wife, allegedly, Faith Edeko, who leads the Abuja branch of Otako Church. However, the lady debunked the story, saying that the man had already moved on, the man had already collected his bride price, and the man is just doing these things so that he will destabilize her, trying to discourage the people who are helping her not to continue. Hi guys, you're watching Chiki series. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for your support. I quite appreciate that. It's good to have you around again. And if you're new to this channel, thank you for clicking on this video. Make yourself comfortable as we get right into the gist. So a lot of news has been flying all over social media, and if you're conversant with Nigeria social media space, you know that there was a time allegations trailed Suleiman over his alleged involvement with Stephanie Otobo and also actress Daniela Okeke. I don't really know the reason why Apostle Suleiman is always involved in one allegations on the other, and all the allegations border around women. Now, this Pastor Mike Davids, who used to be a former pastor in his church, claimed that Suleiman had something to do with his wife, Faith Edeko, who is also a pastor who leads Abuja branch of the church in Otako. And the man alleged that Suleiman threatened his life and denied him access to his 3 children, allegedly. So in a petition sent to the Inspector General of Police, Davis said that he was ordained pastor of Omega Fire Ministry on June 9, 2006 by Apostle Suleiman, and he has served the church for over 15 years before leaving in 2019. So this news is all over social media. It even made a headline on Punch newspaper, which he eventually debunked using his Twitter handle, saying that IG orders probe on me, where, when, maybe my ghost. Just reading stories now. Please discard. There is no such thing. Bad press really sells fast. He has debunked it, saying that he was never involved in anything like that. But I wonder why he's always in the middle of allegation with women. The ex-wife of the pastor has already responded, which you also see in this video what she has to say. There's another man known as Pastor Okpe who came to debunk the story, saying that he was the one that made them get reconciled with Suleiman, because when they wanted to do the reconciliation, other people that promised them to take them to Suleiman for reconciliation, they were charging them between 1 million and 1.5 million. So he decided to do that because the wife is a pastor and she preaches well. And he said he was so amazed when the wife was responding to the video the husband made. She never mentioned his name as one of those pastors that assisted to reconcile them with Pastor Suleiman, that he's not happy about that. It's like they are ingrates. So make sure you watch this video to the end to hear his own side of the story, because he's saying that the photo the man used in making that video is photoshopped, that they all took that photo in a hotel together. On Facebook, the person that posted the video also had his own submission to make, so I'll read his own submission. The other side of the story, I just got off the phone with Pastor P. Okpe from Lagos. Apparently, the picture of Mike Davis' wife and Mr. Johnson Suleiman was taken on the same day when they held a reconciliation meeting at a Lagos hotel. I've asked Pastor Okpe to ask Pastor Suleiman, who his good friend, if truly Mike Davis' wife had any relationship with him. Pastor Okpe informed me of his good relationship with the couple and alleged that Mike David himself may have impregnated multiple women, including married ones. To be honest with you, most men in Pentecostal churches are raising children born by pastors without knowing it. Pastor Okpe said if the wife of Mike is pushed further, she may release evidences which may damage up to 6 marriages. So this is why I have maintained a neutral stand, because I know that both the baby charlatan who wants his wife back and the big guy needs to calm down in many ways. I won't fall for any of them. I won't support any of them. All of them, including the wife, are suspects. To be honest, Nigeria need a major apostolic reformation. The rot is deeper than you think. Maranatha. So at the end of the day, some of these pastors, they sleep with their members, and you see the gullible ones trying to support, trying to cover up for whatever they're doing. I don't know, this story is just twisted, and the way I'm seeing this, there's going to be layers and layers following up these stories, because a lot of people are coming and there are lots of things that are hidden. Nobody knows the real situation of things, the truth behind this. The truth will come out in one way or the other. Now they're beginning to realize that there are so many rots hidden. So let's watch out as the drama unfold. A lot of people have different things to say. So I'm going to leave you guys to listen to Mark David, what he has to say, and the wife's response, and also Pastor Okpe's side of the story. So guys, let me know what you think about the whole saga that is going on right now. Leave your comments below for me. I'm gonna sign off here. Stay healthy and safe. Remember to share this video with family and friends if you love it, and give this video a thumbs up if you like it, because it helps with the algorithm. And I'm gonna catch you guys in my next video. Bye and remain blessed.
My name is Mike Davids. I was a pastor with Omega Fire Ministries of Apostle Johnson Suleiman, Auchi, Edo State. I was in that ministry as a pastor for 16 years because I met Apostle Johnson Suleiman in 2003. I have a proof to that effect of the letter, that he sent to me July 3rd, 2003. And I left the ministry 2019, which was last year, last 2 years, March to be precise, on account of certain things, that happened, which I would want the general public to know about. But the reason why I am mainly doing this video is because my life as I speak is no longer safe. I can't sleep. Sometimes I don't even have to sleep in my house. I had to just, move away because of so many things that, happening around me, threats here and there, calls from unknown numbers, threatening my life. But I want the general public to know that should anything happen to me, just in case you no longer hear about me, I want everybody around the world, from wherever you are watching this video from, to know that it was Apostle Johnson Suleiman that took my life. Now, what happened was this. I got married to my wife, Pastor Faith Unose Edeko. You can check that up on Facebook and you'll see it. Pastor Faith Unose Edeko. That's the name she presently answers now. I got married to her, in 2008, December 6th to be precise. After we actually courted for, or were probably in relationship, we're in relationship for about a period of 10 years because we knew each other in secondary school, and our friendship developed from there, until when we came out of school and all of that, we both, came into agreement to, to raise it, to start a home. Being that my wife also knew I was connected to him, so I established contact between the two of them so that he also would know her. And from that time, after meeting my wife, I noticed that, things were basically never the same. But although I didn't really put my mind to it, because as at then, he was somebody, I greatly esteemed, somebody that, I've come to love. My wife had mentioned to me of one or two things, of his invitations of her to, to Benin, to Reliance Hotel. Those of you who know Benin, I don't know whether Reliance Hotel is still there. I think along Aduawa and all of that, sometimes we will invite her over for, to pass the night with him and all of that. I really wasn't bothered because my wife was a virgin, you see, because I didn't, consider it as a child of God to have anything to do with my wife for that period of, time that we courted, because of the kind of home I wanted to build. So, and that was how it continued and on until we got married. I never, as a matter of fact, because of the way I saw him, I couldn't even imagine that because of my background from the Catholic charismatic renewal. That was where I was raised, so I couldn't imagine that, you could, if a father could have a daughter that he probably would want to, especially one that he knows that this was his son's, fiancé, that he would want to have something to do with her. So that was it, and we got married, and between that November 24th and between that November, towards the end of 2009 into 2010, the idea for Celebration TV and Rema for Living, was being hatched and discussed, and getting it started, became part of the plan on ground. So my wife, who happened to prior to that time, who was a staff with NTA Erectmen, Apostle Suleiman had to reach out to her that they would need her services and support to build Omega Celebration TV, and of course, Reman for Living and all of that. So because of that, while we're in Osun State, she will have to, shuttle between Auchi and all of that, and back and forth. She was traveling and all of that. So that was it. And then one of the days that my wife went to Auchi and came back, this was 6 months after we had our daughter, 6 months going to 7 months. She came back from Auchi to Osun State, and she called me privately. She called me into the room and said that 2 days after that, she wanted to talk to me, and that her conscience was killing her over something she considered too abominable to conceal. So, and I said, what was it? And she said that while in Auchi, that Apostle Johnson Suleiman lodged her in Uyi Grand Hotel. Many of you know Uyi Grand Hotel, and that he came there and slept with her. And in the moment he said that, the first thing that came to my mind was about my daughter. And immediately I said, where was Michelle? Because that was the name of my daughter. She said to me that Michelle was on the bed, pushed aside, and I asked her a question. I said, you mean you slept with a man, but my daughter on the bed? Then I had to let it go, because there was nobody I could tell, and I could not fight Apostle Johnson Suleiman. If I had mentioned it to my family, if I had mentioned it to her family, nobody would believe me. And if I sent her away, the question is, people would want to know what happened. And for the fact that she spoke to me of her own free will, I had to let it go. I forgive her. And the amorous relationship between her and Suleiman continued. But one thing I knew was that my wife was hypnotized. This was not the woman I got married to, and I knew for over 11 years.
First of all, I bring you greetings from your 3 kids. I bring you greetings from them, Michelle, Great, and Gabriel. I just got a video trending online, and I thought it fit to reply you. It is me you have issues with, then I think you should face me. I don't know why you're fighting a man who obviously has done you no wrong and has no hand in whatever issues we both had. You have called on Nigerians over an issue that you already know the truth. I don't know why you're doing this. I don't know who paid you. I don't know what you want to achieve. But the only thing I'm going to say to you, haven't you done enough? Have you not destroyed this heart enough? Haven't you done the worst that any man could ever do? Have you not done? Aren't you tired of the too many things you've done to me? Aren't you tired? Aren't you tired of the things, the pain, the things that are too despicable that I can't even tell the word? Are you not tired? Are you not tired of plugging someone's daughter into pain? Aren't you tired? Are you not tired? You left me in Kano. You left me, you called me on a certain day, and you told me that, yeah, you're going to leave the marriage. I thought you were bluffing. I called my people, and they can testify. My mom is there. My brothers are there. My elder brother called you from UK. You told me you were leaving the marriage. My brother told me you were bluffing. I thought you were joking. Yes. I begged you. I remember I begged you. And then I got to the office. I collapsed according to what my principal said, because I opened my eyes in the hospital. And that was where, because you had already threatened to take these kids from me, as heard in the recording, that I will upload if Nigerians need to hear it. I knew, why are you doing this? Why? Haven't you destroyed me enough? I remember asking you in that record, in that very day, I told you, I said, even if you borrowed my womb, you have done so much. You have done so much. And when I begin to tell Nigerians what you have done to me, the hell you made me pass through in 10 years, Mike, I have hidden this because of the respect I had for you as the father of my kids. I never ever wanted to drag you online, because internet, don't forget, issues, and I have children that I value so much. I know how this is going to affect them. I never wanted it. And like I said, this is the worst you can do. I will come out of this one, Mike. I am not hypnotized. I am not under a spell. I know exactly what I'm doing. And listen to me, you had all this planned out. You have no conscience, Mike. You care about nobody. You have always been that way. You have no conscience. And listen, this is the worst. You told my brothers I would crawl in the gutters. And this is it. Walking out of me, taking your diary, that was the last struck. Oh God, how much I cried. I begged you. Listen to me. This is the last you will do. And guess what? I will come out of this so scared. I was damn scared. I couldn't even approach Apostle Johnson Suleiman. I could not even go to Omega Fire Ministries. It was people like Pastor Dan Okoje, people like Apostle Tenebe that took me and begged and told Papa not to throw me away. And then I have a ministry. My life cannot end because of you, Mike. And then it took 1 year because before even Papa could hear me out. The same man you are accusing of what I don't know. The same man. It took him 1 year to even hear me. Papa was never aware that you left the house. This has nothing to do with Omega Fire Ministries, and you know it. Mike, you know it. And the next thing you said, that I went to a hotel when Michelle was just barely 6 months, and I came back. Mike, you don't deserve anything good in your life. This is the worst you will do, yes. This is the height you will tell the world, and of course they will pick up stones, because that is the only thing a man will say to a woman after leaving her for years. This is the only thing you can say. Are you on cider? Are you high or something? I know you drink, but I never knew that it has gotten to this height. And now listen to yourself. Just listen to yourself. A man who brought me up, my mother knows him as my father. My family knows him. Adopted me like an adopted child. I stayed with him even when I just was not married. I was still single when I knew Apostle Johnson Suleiman. And you confirmed it in your video. Listen to yourself, Mike. Apostle Suleiman will call me to a hotel and I will go there and pass the night. But you didn't bother because you knew I was a virgin. Can you listen to yourself? You don't deserve anything good. I kept my virginity at that age and you married me a virgin. I stayed with this man that long for years before you married me. And he did not disvirgin me. So the best time that he had to sleep according to you was when I was married.
My name is Sam Okpe, and I'm privileged to be the Chief Prelate of Fresh Ministries International Church based in Lagos, Nigeria. I am neither siding Mike nor am I siding Pastor Faith. Pastor Faith, I listened to your own video yesterday. How could you so forget or be so forgetful that you forgot that I was the one that took you by the hand to Apostle Suleiman's Johnson Hotel in Radisson Blue in Ikeja, GRA, Lagos. I drove you myself on the 13th of May 2019. How could you forget? I heard you calling the names of other men of God, which I personally don't know, that they helped you to step into the matter. Are you guys this ungrateful? Are you guys this ungrateful? Now to the whole world, if you care to listen to the truth and the voice of truth, listen to me. I am not in support of Pastor Faith. I am not in support of Pastor Mike. I'm only here to clear Apostle Suleiman because he is my friend and brother. And on this note, if you listen to this video, you will justify my intention for this video this morning. When I asked Pastor Faith, who is your spiritual father that you preach this fine? He said, our father is Apostle Johnson Suleiman. This was where the story came about Apostle Suleiman, that herself and her husband pastor for Apostle Suleiman in Kano. Upon that time, I didn't know that the person that she's referring to as her husband is Mike Davis. Even though Mike Davis was talking to me on the inbox on the ministry level, nothing to do with Suleiman anyway. Long story short, and I said, what happened? She told me the whole story, how they were suspended, and for years now they have not been reaching out to Pastor Suleiman, and Apostle Suleiman is not talking to them. Now this video is on two platforms. Number one, the reason why I took Pastor Faith to see Apostle Suleiman is that she told me when they were trying to make up which her husband later confirmed to me, that a lot of Nigerian pastors who want to help them were charging them money, 1 million naira, 1.5 million naira, to reconcile her to Apostle Suleiman. This was what you told me, Pastor Faith. And then number two reason why I took you there was because of the way you preach. On these two notes, I said, well, if you have this kind of great daughter, Apostle Suleiman, you need to give this attention. I called my friend Apostle Suleiman on the phone, and in his word, he said, I don't want to listen to these people. I don't want to talk to anybody. If not for your honor and respect I have to you, for you, Apostle Sam, as a friend, I will cut the phone on you. And Apostle Suleiman said, everyone that has called him on this matter, he has called the phone. But for my respect, or the respect he has for me, he will not drop the phone on me. He said he doesn't want to do anything with Faith. He doesn't want to do anything with Mike. I don't know the heat of the story. Then in my word, I said to Apostle, if you have a daughter that is this, that offend you, and you beat them and they run out of the house and they run to your friend for safety, and your friend bring them back home, won't you honor your friend and receive your children back? He paused for a while and I said, okay, bring her, that I'm in Lagos. I didn't even know it was in Lagos because we were supposed to go to Auchi. I was willing to take that risk on the account that she was being charged by other pastors, and on the account that she preaches very well. I don't know them from anywhere. So I took her to Radisson Blue in the company of Pastor Joe Asukwo from Lafia. The pictures are on the inbox and I'm about to upload them. Then when we got there, I took the photograph when Apostle Suleiman was praying for Faith. All that photograph that Mike corrupted. I am tired, I am sick in my head. Why Mike will ever think that he could do such a smart thing when he knew the source of the picture? It was my phone. I was the one that took the picture because we were three in that room. Myself, Apostle Suleiman, Joe Asukwo, and Pastor Faith on the first visit in Lagos, Radisson Blue. Go and check the date. Go to Radisson Hotel, 13th of May, year 2019. Mike called me that he was coming. I convinced Apostle Suleiman, begged him to talk to Mike and to see Mike. You know who took the picture. Why will you crop out your wife's picture and Suleiman and edit my image and edit the image of Joe Asukwo and then make it look like as if Apostle Suleiman is having something to do with your wife? How could you guys be too cruel? Somebody gave me $3,000, gave my wife $3,000, gave your wife $2,000, gave you $2,000, a total of $7,000 as a gift to go back to your house because you couldn't get your ticket money. How could you be cruel? Is it not part of the money you used to buy your ticket to go back to Kanu?